Hi, my name is Anita Potter and welcome to Needles and Hooks and episode 3 of UFO to FOs. UFO stands for unfinished objects and FO stands for finished objects. It's where we take our UFOs and turn them into FOs. So go ahead and go grab your UFO and let's sit down and get to work. The UFO I've picked right now is my second 10-stitch blanket. Make sure I get the right side showing, which is right here. Whee! And off camera, I went ahead and did the corner. Because when I last worked on this, I got to right there where the corner started. And the corner on this requires some concentration, so I don't like knit stitches together or drop stitches, and I keep my count proper. So I'm getting ready to go across, if I can grab it, this way across the top of this. I don't know if I'll get all the way to the end by the end of the hour, but we'll see. So I'm going to grab my phone and set a 30-minute timer, which is right here, and we're going to hit start and we'll get to work. And when we get through this 30 minutes, we will take a 10-minute break that I am building into this episode, like I do all the episodes. So right now I'm not knitting off a ball or a cake of yarn. I'm knitting off a failed project, which is right here. It is way too long for me. I got half of this cover-up made. I got the armhole done, and I went and measured it, and it was just way too long. So, and I'm not familiar with making wearables in crochet, so I didn't know where I could stop in the rows to make sure it wasn't like down past my knees and stuff, because I didn't want one that long. So I'm just frogging it as I go. And if I can just get it to where I can set it out where I'm not going to fight this thing to get the yarn off here. There we go. So now I can get started. Fuzzies. Okay. I should probably have this over on this side. Pull off some yarn here. There we go. Get off my stuff. Now I can get started. Hopefully. There we go. Now, I didn't come up with this pattern. I will leave a link in the description below where you can go and get this pattern. But I didn't follow the pattern exactly, like how to pick up the stitches. For that, I used a couple of video tutorials by the Nervous Knitter on YouTube. And I will put a link to those in the description below as well. But this is a fairly, it's not too terribly difficult. You just knit across and then you pick up a stitch. And I go in between. And getting it started after a corner can be a little fussy. Just trying to figure out where you're supposed to go. I think I got it. At least I hope I did. Oh, I really hate how alright, hang on. Yeah, that's not good. Let's see. I think I might have missed a spot somewhere in here. Having to look. Okay, so maybe I should have done it right here. Because where I picked it up just a minute ago, it would have been like a giant gap. And it's always hard to figure out where it is. Yeah, that's not too bad. Where the end is that you need to start picking up at, because you don't want to have big giant holes in your work. And I'm just making this for myself. I'm not sure how big this is going to turn out to be. So yeah, I'm still trying to make decisions. I'm not going to buy another cake of yarn. This is made with Lion Brand Mandala yarn in the colorway of Babar. I'm not going to buy another one just to do this. And if it ends up being a throw or a lapgan, maybe a small blanket, but I'm not going to get another ball of it just for this purpose. because I've got a whole other one over there just sitting there waiting patiently for me to use this one up, which that will take a while. Okay, I'm still trying to pick these up where it makes sense to not have holes. It'll be easier once I get past the corner from the previous round, which hopefully that will be the last stitch I have to deal with in that corner. So yeah, it's still pretty hot outside. Like I said at the previous one, I'm going to try to get 5 of these done tonight, and they'll come out every Monday. And then I'll start doing them well, a week or so in advance, because I don't just do this. I do want to do the basic knit and crochet stitches, which I have not done yet, which I will set up for later. I want to do all of these first. I think I'm starting to get come on. Right there we go. Had issues aiming, so I'm just like, and episode 4 I will be working on the weighted blanket that is pony beads, and that one is a crochet project. I've got how many crochet projects? Well, I got that one crochet and knit project, which is my bath rug. 2 complete knitting projects, which both are the 10-stitch blanket. Neighbors are home, so they're going to be noisy. Can't do much about that. And then I have a crochet blanket over there. That's my son's blanket. So I'm going to do the beaded one in the next episode, and the following one after that I'll be working on my son's blanket. I'm not, and if I do happen to like get to the end of this, I probably won't go the entire hour, but I can stop and we can do whatever for the last bit of it. But I don't think I will get all the way across. I'm quick, but I don't think I'm that quick. It's just doing all this. Yeah, and I took a break in between. Watched a live stream for an hour, had some dinner, did my dishes, cleaned my kitchen. After this, I'm gonna take a break and clean my bathroom, and then I'll do the next one, and then I'll do my floors. Because it's like, I need to start, I've got out of like having a routine of when I do cleaning of this place, and it's gotten, it's out of control. I need to start planning all of this stuff, because I am a housekeeper at a senior living facility, and all I do for 40 hours a week is clean. So like, it's like the last thing I want to do when I get home is clean something. But I'm on my days off, so I'm doing this, and in between cleaning all the filthy little places in my apartment. Oh goodness. So next up to the cleaning schedule is the bathroom, and then doing the floor. But hopefully it's not too late in the evening to do the floor, because I have tile floor, but I can't, like behind my desk, I can't quite get my broom back there, so I'm gonna have to use my vacuum. Because all the computer cords and stuff that are around like this side of the apartment, it's like air conditioner, computer desk, that side's my piano, this side in front of me is my television that I rarely use, so it's not plugged in currently. I only plug it in when I'm gonna watch it. So I'm gonna get around all of that. And I do need to, probably I won't be able to do it tonight. Probably do it tomorrow. I need to get all these extra stuff that's just laying out and put it back into my bedroom so I'm not tripping over it. Because I do not need my jewelry box. And by jewelry box, I mean it's a Rubbermaid, it's one of those short Rubbermaid bins with jewelry making supplies in it. All my beads and thread and wires and stuff. It's just taking up space in my living room, and I need to get it put away. And I've got a Amazon box right there on the floor too that I need to do something with. Not going to throw it out because it's a good box. And if I plan on moving, I kind of need boxes. But that probably won't be able to move until like sometime next year. Hopefully. So we're just going to keep going, and I'm going to do my best to try to talk over my loud neighbors. Except for maybe like the banging around in the kitchen. I don't know if that's going over my microphone or not. The struggle is real. I mean, and it shouldn't put you off. If you want to like do YouTube, like doing this stuff or whatever it is you're passionate about, help showing and teaching other people, just go ahead and just do it. And it's like you just have to like apologize for your surroundings, because I do live in an apartment complex. It's noisy outside. The windows and the walls aren't exactly insulated all that well, so you will hear traffic noise, like ambulance, police, and fire sirens outside. That I have no control over, and I'm not going to put acoustic foam in this place. It's not worth it, and I'm not allowed to put holes in the wall at all, so that ended that right real quick. So I do apologize for all the noisy surroundings. It's out of my control because of where I live. But if you can ignore that and just listen to me drone on for an hour, you won't have to worry about any of that. It was quiet until about 5 minutes ago. Let me get some more yarn here. It's like I just want enough yarn to work with. Let me double check my 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. It was stretched out on my needle, so it looked like it was more than 10 stitches. So hopefully this series is helping you finish all your UFOs. Because it does help mine, and I do work on these outside of the videos too. I'll sit and watch something, and I'll take a trip around all my UFOs that are at the desk, which there are 5 of them. So, and that's why I'm like sitting here like working on something for an hour. Now I could probably do an hour on each project, but when I'm on my work schedule, I am better off doing what I'm doing, which is 20 rows on one, 10 rows on that last 10 stitch blanket, 10 rows on this, 2 rows on my son's blanket, and then 8 rows on the beaded blanket. And the beaded one is let's see, there are 71 rows of beads, and then I got rows in between of half double crochet, so that's like 142, I think, 142 rows. Although I'm not sure, I swear, I think it's like, it might be 143. But I only counted like the bead rows on each of them, so I could like do the math and see how many beads it's going to take to make this blanket. In my calculations, I think it was like it was under 1,000 beads per panel that I'm doing. So, and I've got 2 panels done. I'm working on the 3rd one. So that's almost 3,000 beads. The pack that I bought on Amazon, I bought 2 of them, and they allegedly have 4,200 beads in each pack. But I took out 4 packs of, they were kind of like transparent color ones, so I'm going to save those for other things. So I left, which left the solid colors to work on. So I don't believe I'll run out of beads. I have yet to open that 2nd pack over there. I put the rest of my beads into a little container last night to get it out of the coffee can I stuck them all in, just so I could like have them and work with them, and I'm not like constantly having to fill my little plastic container. So we'll work on that one next here in a little while. And tomorrow I avoided going grocery shopping today because we're in a heat advisory. And then I looked at my weather app on my phone. Oh, look, guess what? We got a heat advisory tomorrow too. And I'm like, I should have just done it today. But it's supposed to be, I think, just a little bit cooler by like a couple of degrees, which being in the 90-degree area isn't much, because it's still going to be really, really hot. But I also have to do my laundry tomorrow too, which is no fun because it's going to be hot and I'm going to be lugging that basket up and down some stairs because I'm on the top floor. I have to go down, let's see, it's 3 flights to get to the parking lot, and it's another one to get down to the laundry room. So it's like 4 flights of stairs. And then in between that, I'll do my, after I get my stuff in the drawer, I'm going to go do my grocery shopping for the week. Which, why would I sit around here for like 45, 55 minutes waiting on the dryer when I can like spend that time, go get groceries, come back, and then drag those up the stairs, then possibly go back downstairs and pick up my laundry. And then I could just be inside where it's cooler instead of like being cool and then having to go back out in the heat and then coming back into the cool. But yeah, I'm totally over this heat wave nonsense. Some places said they got, the other day, got to 100. I, on my phone, saw the temperature at 99. I didn't see it trip over to 100, but I guess some places here in Colorado Springs did go to 100. And it's like, no, I don't want any more. Bring on the 70-degree weather. Oh, I'd take 65 right about now. It's so hot out there. Which would be like 30 degrees cooler than what it is now. Because when I last looked, it said 93. And I just didn't feel like being out in the heat 3 days in a row. Because of the last couple of days I was at work and being out in that heat, and then being in work where it's hot inside too. So it wasn't making me feel good. It was making me nauseous. I do not like being extremely hot. I also don't like being extremely cold, but being extremely cold doesn't give me an upset stomach. Only the heat does that to me. And I just was over it. I needed just a day to stay home, stay hydrated, and stay in cool air conditioning, which it's not on right now because it is loud. And seeing as my mic's like right here, the air conditioner's like right that way. I don't know if my hand is in the shop, so it would come blowing over the microphone, which is why I don't have it turned on. Now, if I had a lav microphone, it probably wouldn't be so bad, but I have to do my research on those. And it's like I'm like, I don't really want anything extra on top of my desk, because I think those lavalier mics have like a separate unit that wirelessly connects or something. I don't know how it works. I've never had one. Like with a battery pack or something. I'd have to I'd have to look into it because I don't know what batteries those take either. But so we'll just stick with the microphone off to my right side for right now. And all I have to do in DaVinci Resolve is just if the audio is low, I'll just turn it up. Which is no big deal. It takes 2 seconds to do. And then listen. And if I have to do it, if I have to turn the volume up more in certain spots, I can do that too. It's no problem. I'm not gonna do audio compression to get everything at the same level because then it just doesn't sound good. No audio normalization nonsense. I want to be in control of what my audio does. I don't need a plugin to do it for me. Especially with where volume is concerned. So we're just grooving right along with this, and hopefully you're grooving right along with your UFO. Which, let me know what project you're working on in the comment section below. I would love to know. So I'm also sometime this week, if I can have a chance to do it, I'm gonna like create a Discord. So everything is all in one place. I don't particularly want to make a Facebook group or any of that stuff. I just want one spot where everybody is and where everything is, and I don't have to like worry about posting everything, posting whatever onto like a half a dozen or more social media sites. I don't have the time for that. And I don't particularly want to pay for a service to like do all that for me either. It's like, I can do it just on my own, but it just takes a lot of time to get everything set and sorted. Trying to schedule like Facebook posts and things to Instagram is a little fiddly. And when I do YouTube videos, it wants you to post like Facebook and Instagram meta or whatever. They won't give you like separate ways to how you want your post to look. Because I would like on my Facebook post to have the video posted or something like that. It's been a while since I've done it, but it would never do it correctly when you have Instagram in the mix, because Instagram, you just do like an image or you make a reel, which reels take time to make too, because then you gotta like change the aspect ratio to fit into Instagram with vertical video. And I don't have a team of people, I have a team of me doing all of the editing and stuff. Drink some water here in a sec because I need to hydrate. You need to hydrate too. I can't reach it. So far away. Check our time. We got like 7 minutes before we take our 10-minute break. Pull more yarn off my frogging here so I have enough to work with. Get my hair out of the way. All right. There will be a lot of awkward silence because, ouch, leg is starting to act up. I have nerve damage in my legs, so after a while they start to cramp up for no good reason other than to annoy me. I haven't been up that long today. I got up at like 9:30 because it was just too hot to sleep any longer. And I've already made one of these videos. I finished the editing and patterning and all the stuff that I needed to do on the crochet face cloth videos that I did. So it's like I haven't been up that long. I haven't even been up 12 hours yet. I think it's only just after 7, maybe. Yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock. So in about an hour and a half, I'll be up like 12 hours. And I'm going to stay up for as long as it takes to get these videos done, and then I can just edit them tomorrow in between everything else I need to do. Which these don't really take that long to edit. The other ones, like when I'm doing the pattern videos, because I will take breaks when I need to, because it does get extremely hot in here right now in summer. It's like, if it's like 90 degrees plus in July, what's it gonna do in August? I don't even want to think about it. I don't like all these stretches of 90-degree temperatures. I'd hate to think having stretches of 100-degree temperatures, which is what they do get south of here and in the going towards the west and south. I'm just like, I can't. I know I complain about it a lot, but it's like I want to be able to do a bunch of stuff and not have to fry while I'm doing them. Because thankfully this blanket's not that big yet, so it's not completely on me. Which is when I go and do my son's blanket, that's going to be a little bit of an issue with trying to stay cool, because that is a thick blanket. And I forgot to tell you, all right, the needles that I'm using here are DPN needles, and I think they're the US size 7. I believe they're size 7. I'd have to look at my little index card that has all my projects listed and what needles and hooks I have that I'm using. So I do believe these are 7, because I think that's what the yarn label called for. I'd have to consult the other one over there. I have to look at the ball band. And if I get to my break while I'm like just finishing the end of row 1, I will go ahead and do row 2. Just so I don't get confused and try to figure out where I was when I left off. And the other pattern videos that I make, unless it's like a really quick project, I'll break it up over successive videos. Because trying to edit a 3-hour video was terribly difficult. Trying to figure out where did I take my breaks. Just so I could cut those out and keep on going with the knitting and stuff. So I'm gonna, not sure when I'm gonna do it, but I do need to get the yarn for the sampler scarf for both knit and crochet purchased, and I'm not sure how much yarn that's going to use, because when I started doing all this, all my Red Heart Super Saver yarns were 8 ounces, 8-ounce skeins, and now they're like 7-ounce skeins. I'm not sure what the variegated and the stripy stuff are, because I haven't bought any of those in a while. I think they might be 6 or 5, I can't remember, unless that's changed again. And I do need to get another skein of that Mainstays yarn in whatever color that is to finish out my double knit blanket with, just to be on the safe side, because I am going to crochet around it too once I get all the panels together. Yep, we're going to do lots and lots of projects on this channel. At least that's what I'm hoping for. And see, I'm on the right side row, so I'm going to finish my right side row. And then I'm going to finish the wrong side row, and then I shall take my 10-minute break. Okay, back side row. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now I'm going to set my phone, set my work aside so I'm not tripping over it. I'm going to set a 10-minute break. 10 minutes. You set one too. Oh wait, you don't have to, because I'm building it in. And I'm going to press play, and then I'm going to take my break, and I'll see you back afterwards. Welcome back from your 10-minute break. Handled some stuff, got my laundry ready for tomorrow, grabbed the Mandala yarn I had sitting over there, and I think it said, where is it? Oh, what? Really? Oh, this is a light 3-weight yarn. For some reason I thought it was a 4-weight. Says size 5, but I don't believe those are 5s. I'm not sure. I'd have to consult my thing. Let me look. My little list is over here. Oh, sorry. These knitting needles that I'm using for this blanket are a size 6. It says so right there. Anyway, but yeah, so it calls for a size 5, but I'm using a size 6. So, yep, 100% acrylic. Mandala in Bavar. So, I'm going to set this aside. It's really hard to hold those cakes too. So we're going to go ahead and set another 30-minute timer. And away we go. Now, judging by how long it took over here, I do not believe I will get to the other end, but I'll get really, really close. I can untangle my fingers from the yarn. So yeah, I got my laundry ready for tomorrow. And I'm a little sad the belt that I bought. It's not a normal belt. It's like it has 2 ends with snaps on them, so it's like an unbelt. Just goes through the belt loops and snaps around the last belt loops in the front. But one side has kind of peeled on the back, so I don't know if that's gonna fail anytime soon. But I'm already thinking, it's like, maybe I can make my own and make it just a little bit sturdier. And I may not use snaps, I may use buttons instead. I mean, it's like the ends are like this, I think, fakey leather type stuff. So I'm gonna try to pick some thicker fabric for that instead of going and getting leather, because I don't have a leather punch or needles I can use to sew leather together, so I'll figure it out. But yeah, it works a lot better than those normal belts, because normal belts usually like hurt my lower back after a while, and those haven't bothered me at all. So I'm always looking for options to like make something if I need to. And then I get something unique for me instead of buying it. I mean, yeah, anybody can go out and buy stuff. I mean, I do it. But if I had a choice to make, if I had the skills and the stuff to actually make something, I'll just always go ahead and just make it. It may take a little longer, might cost a little more, but I'll get something I made and it'll be sturdy and I can use it. Because, like, it's not like you see that belt anyway. My shirt goes over my pants. I don't tuck my shirt in anymore, so. But it's just there to keep my drawers up. See, I'm going to start thinking about that. Buttons would be a lot easier. I mean, I do have snaps, but I don't have big snaps like what's on there now. So I'd rather just, I've got a plethora of buttons floating around in my sewing case, so I'll just use something out of there. Although my sewing machine doesn't really have an automatic buttonhole maker, I'd have to like do it myself. Which is, if I ever get another machine, it's gonna be an automatic buttonholer, because I'm not about like doing one side, doing across, and then doing down the other side, and then doing the bottom part, and then taking tiny little scissors and cutting the buttonhole, because that's always scary. Because if you cut it too far, there it goes. You might be able to fix it, but if you go too far with it, you probably won't. And what do we tell the phone? Shush. I'm not looking at email today right now. I'm busy. I will check it when I'm done with this 30-minute block. Yeah, so if you guys have ideas for like projects or knit and crochet stitches that you want to learn how to do, please, please, please let me know in the comments section below, and I will see what I can do to make that happen. I mean, because I don't know everything. I mean, I've been doing this stuff for like 20 plus years. So, but there's still a lot to learn. You're always learning. And it's like you never stop learning, you know? It's like there are some techniques and stuff going, ooh, what's this? I didn't even know this existed. Let me check it out. It's like, oh my God, where's this been all my life? You know, it's like those kind of epiphanies. It's like, oh, never do this the same way again. Because there's a couple of things that I have tried to do, which is the foundation single crochet or foundation double crochet. I mean, I've done it once or twice, but I tend to usually just chain. But if I can like get some more practice with that, I could probably just do it that way from now on, because it would be a heck of a lot easier. But then I'm wondering what does that do to patterns that need a multiple plus whatever on it? Do you factor that into your foundation single and double crochet? That's the stuff I don't know, and that's the stuff I'm questioning right now. And there's also other ways to do, like not making turning chains. And I'd seen the technique once or twice, but I have yet to try it myself. I mean, it makes sense, so you don't get that giant gap at the end of your rows. Because that's what always bothered me about double crochet, is like the stitch is so tall that there's like this huge gap when you like get to the end, and then you have to chain 2, 3 or 4. You may not get it with doing chain 2, but if the project or pattern calls for chain 3 at the end, it does get a little holy at the end of the rows. And it's always been confusing on, well, especially when I make a border on something that's double crochet. How many like things do I put in here? And then it just makes the gap even more obvious at the end of the rows. See, those are the things and the techniques I'm trying to learn something new on. That way my finished objects look better. You know, because you want to be able to finish it nicely. Because I'll tend to put borders around things. I don't know if I'll put a border around this blanket or the sock yarn version. I'm not sure. I'll come to that when I get there. I don't think, because I'm just going to use up what I have of this. And if I do any kind of border on it, it would have to be a different yarn that matches one of these colors, because you got like, there's a green, gray, darker gray, and I think a lighter gray, and a lighter green that's further down this way on it. So I would have to find something that complements it. I mean, I would love to be able to use the yarn for it, but I don't think I would have enough. We'll see how far I get with this once I before I get to that specific cake of yarn over there. Because the longer and wider this gets, the more yarn it uses. So I'm just gonna like measure what I have and then approximately try to figure out, well, how much else am I gonna need for this, because I don't want to finish like with the yarn like in the middle of like a side or across the top. I want to be able to stop at a corner and then be done with it, and then see how much yarn I've got left for it. I mean, we'll see how far I get with just this over here. Just to see what size it's at when I get done. Because I can't remember how many ounces this is. How many ounces is this? It is 10.5 ounces and 300 grams. It's 1,181 yards, which is 1,080 meters long. So, other than like buying the big jumbo or pound of yarn, that's the biggest amount of yarn I bought, and that's in one thing. Or the other yarn I bought, the Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo is 14 ounces. And I only bought that because they didn't have the pound of yarn in that colorway I wanted. So, and I know I'm going to have to buy at least 3 or 4 more skeins of those to finish that blanket over there with. Because I'm on the 3rd skein that I originally bought. It's dwindling down. Which I would have to wait until I'm off again to go and get more yarn for that. I don't like going in the middle. I don't like going in the middle of the week to get stuff because it's hot by the time I get out of work, and on the road it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you got like the evening commute crap going on, or getting ready to go on. And I don't want to be like trying to find a parking spot. I'd rather get all that stuff done like on my days off in the morning if I can help it, provided I don't have other things I have to get done first, which is how I roll. Ugh, it's hot, 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 hot. I'm gonna need to hydrate here in a second because it's hot. I feel like it got hotter in here, but it's late. It's like it's after 8 o'clock. I'm sure of it by now. It's still hot outside, and I don't like it. Now, if it was a little cooler, I wouldn't be complaining so much. As long as it's not freezing. But it's got to be at least... It would be nice if it was like maybe 65 outside and I wouldn't have to run my AC ever so often. Because it's like basically been nearly non-stop when I do it. And then I just turn it off for a little bit and then have to like... As soon as it starts getting like super hot, I have to turn it right back on. There's absolutely no airflow, no cross breeze in this place because all my windows are on the same side of the apartment. So you don't get that, you don't get a cross breeze anything, so air does not circulate all that well in this place, which sucks. Because I could just, if I had a window and a window on the opposite side, I could slap a box fan in the window and have a nice like cross breeze, and it would just be so much better than running the air conditioner for hours on end. And it wouldn't be so hot in here either. So. Yeah. Oh, wait. I was going to hydrate. Haha. Almost forgot. Hydrate. Keep that over there where it doesn't fall over again. Yeah, I'm hoping to get all of these videos done tonight before I call it a night. Or at least a good chunk of them. I do have 2 more of these to make. And I might just save the knit and crochet ones for during the work week, because those won't take long to make. These take an hour and a half or so to shoot, depending on how much I yap in the beginning before we start, and before the start of the second half. Darn it. Can't see my timer. We're halfway through our 30 minutes. We're close to the finish. But I'm pretty sure I won't get all the way across. I'm sure of it. I will get really close, but no cigar. And if I do get close, like within like 3 or 4 rows, I'll just finish it up to that point. There's no sense in leaving it if I can like get to the corner. And if I was doing a long edge, there would be definitely no way to get all the way across in an hour. Maybe 2-3 hours at the most. But we'll see. The whole point is just getting further along in your project than you would otherwise. And the beaded one's going to take a minute, because like when I bring that one up, and that will be in the next episode, I have to rattle off some yarn here. Uh-oh. We got stuck. Oh, are you kidding? Oh, come on. What is going on here? Why are you doing this to me? Okay. Oh, poo. Alright, there we go. Fixed it. It's like when you're frogging stuff, you tend to get snagged. Where'd my needle go? Oh my goodness. I've lost my needle. Oh, am I sitting on it? No. Am I sitting on it? Yes. Found it. I was sitting on it. So, I forgot what I was talking about. Dang it. I got interrupted by snagging froggy yarn and then losing my needle under my butt. So, what was I talking about? I don't remember. Oh, so yeah, when I do the, what you call it, the weighted blanket, I have to be very careful because the beads are in a container. I have to make sure I have my lid over here. And then try to keep it covered, because if I move, I may knock the beads out, or worst case scenario, knock the beads off my little couch here. Which would be absolutely no bueno. Because then I'd have to like stop the video and pick them all up. Which I'm going to avoid having to do that. So. Because I've had the problem where I was working on a jewelry project with seed beads, and I knocked a little container over. I spent forever picking them up because those things are really, really tiny. And it's like, made me want to cry. So, We're just working. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, so you don't have to sit there and just work on one project. If you have multiple projects, you can like do some on one and go to another one. Because that's what I do when I'm just sitting at my desk and I'm not making the videos. I will do that. But these, I want to just work on one project and get through it. And any of the pattern videos that I do do not count as my UFOs, because those are for teaching and video purposes only. So I don't count those as my UFOs. These are my personal UFOs. Anything for the channel will be channel UFOs. Yeah, and I think I asked what kind of pattern projects would you like to see? Absolutely let me know in the comment section below. Along with any pattern stitches or edging stitches, like border stitches, whatever, that you want to learn, and if I can find it, I can certainly try to make that happen. Oh, it's incredibly hot in here. I hate it. And then after this, I got to go clean my bathroom, which over in the corner over that way, the air conditioner, when it's on, it does not reach over there. So it is hot by my front door and by the bathroom and by the entrance to my bedroom. And right now it's hot in my bedroom because I had to turn the fans off in there because all it was doing was blowing the hot air in from outside, which was doing nothing to cool the room off, which is why I woke up really early this morning. I really wanted to sleep in just a little bit longer, but that was not the case. And tomorrow I'll probably get up early anyway, because I need to do my laundry and do my grocery shopping and then edit all of these. So they can get scheduled on to the YouTube. Picking up a stitch. Knitting two together, one all the way across. Yeah, and I think I'm going to stop using Affinity Publisher for making the pattern PDFs, because it's like a pain in the butt to use. I think I'm going to go and like do my best to recreate what I have in LibreOffice. That's my word processing program I prefer to use. That way, because I used Publisher to do books in and stuff for KDP Amazon. I've got like a book proof over there that I need to edit my original file, because I didn't account for some things, but I will use my, even though it says not for resale something or other across the book, I think it's on the inside too, I can't remember, and I'll edit that and then redo it, and then I will let you guys know when that's available. And then once I get that one done, it's going to be a knitting one, and then I'll turn around and change it and turn it into a crochet one. It'll be like a journal, project journal, so you can keep track of all your projects. As it stands, it's like most books that I saw, oh, you can only have like 30 projects or this many projects or stuff, and it's like, and I would read through the comments on those before I made mine. to see what issues there might be with them. And one of the big ones that I saw was there's not enough space for notes. With mine, you will have plenty of space for notes, because I like to be able to make notes too, which with things that came up or happened, or if I modified something, I can write that down. So I will use the boo-boo version of my author's proof over there. And I have to fix the inside stuff, which is going to take some time, and then fix something on the back cover. And then get that all finished and perfect and ready to go. And it will have enough for 60 projects. You know? It was like more bang for your buck. And I have to like do things. I did have like spots for like swatches built in, but that took away from the notes. So I'm going to take those out. Get rid of that. And if you want to like put like a swatch, yarn swatch, or strips of yarn in there, you can like maybe use a hole punch or something and like attach it to the outside of the page in certain areas, if that's what you want to do. I mean, I've never felt the need to save yarn swatches. I write down everything about the yarn. I have space for 4 different yarns. But there could be projects where it requires more, especially if you're doing like massive amount of color changes. You can use the notes to write those down in as well. So hopefully I'll get that done in the next few months. I just have to have time to sit down and like go through it and do it. It's just going to be a lot of editing, which I wish it was just a little bit more intuitive to edit. Well, actually, I forgot. I'm not editing it. I'm rebuilding it, is what I meant to say. Because I tried like fiddling around and editing stuff, and it was just like I would have to do it for every single dang page, and I was like, you know what? It'd just be easier just to start it over instead of trying to fix it. Because it's like 200 and something plus pages, and I would have to go through every single 200 frickin' pages and do all my edits with. It'd be a lot easier just to restart it. At least I won't have to remake the cover. I just have to edit some stuff off the back. The back of it. Everything else is fine. It's just that interior is what I'm more concerned with. Dang it. 1 stitch only, please. And we're in awkward silence again. Ooh. I need more yarn. I need more yarn. Okay. Yeah, because when I started to, I didn't take that apart. Whatever was left in the ball, I wound it up into, well, I didn't wind it up. I just laid it out and just worked from it until I got to the point where finally I finished what was left of the ball, and now I'm working back through this frogged project here. So I didn't wind anything, and that one I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm trying to figure out, probably wonder if I can actually find the center of that ball, that yarn end that's in the middle, and work from that way, because I don't want to like sit there and try to like work around the outside of that giant cake. I'd rather do it from the center. That way I can leave the ball band on and not worry about it. Yeah, we are getting close to the end. I don't think we'll get there. We probably won't get 4 rows away from it either. I'm sure of it. So I'm just going to keep going. And when I do the weighted blanket one, if my timer stops when I'm doing a bead row, I will finish the bead row. And if it stops at the end while I'm on a bead row, I'll finish the bead row, and then I'll finish the other row after it. That way, when I pick it up again, I can start with another bead row. It's like a 2-row repeat. 1 row of half double crochets, 1 row of beads. Oh, look. And our time is up. But I'm going to finish this row, pick up my stitch, and then go across this row and call this episode done. If I can knit 2 together here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we are done. Let's see. I can't turn it this way so I show you the good side. We went from there and got all the way over here in our 1 hour. So there's about maybe 2.5 inches left before I reach the corner again, which that will happen eventually, but not today. Anyway, absolutely like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Leave a comment in the comment section below on what UFO you worked on, and any other comments you would like to leave, how to make these better. Let me know. I'm all ears. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.